Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome to Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds for the first time here today on the channel. I thought here today we'd do a skirmish playing as the Galactic Empire against the Rebel Alliance. So guys, if you want to see more occasional RTS videos on the channel, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, and let me know in the comment section down below other RTSs you'd like me to sort of play and showcase. I like doing the one-off RTS video here and there. We've played on Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, and we could do some more further skirmishes as well. I wouldn't mind playing as the clones or potentially the Rebel Alliance. Rightio then guys, let's load in and play as the Galactic Empire. It's Star Wars season in real life, and I thought I'd play a game from my childhood. What did this game come out in? 2001? It's such a fun and enjoyable game. It's a little bit dated now, but I guess we'll talk about it for a bit. So, to play this game, I think it's like $2 on Steam. It came out in 2001. I've had to download a mod for it, which is really quite interesting. I've downloaded Expanding Fronts, which allows me to play it on semi-HD graphics, I guess, in 1080p. So this RTS is one of the only few RTS is built on the Age of Empires 2 engine. So this is essentially a reskin of Age of Empires 2. I believe Lucasfilms licensed it back in the day. So what I'll do here is I'll build an animal husbandry once we get these houses down, because we need to, well, rally up all these nerf herders. Oh, and it's only just a 1v1 against the rebels. So in this, it's pretty similar to Age of Empires 2. You've got ages. Essentially, oh, I'm getting shot out here. I need to pull back with my speeder bike. Your cavalry scout is a speeder bike. We've got stormtroopers, of course, and sort of the heavy artillery and TIE fighters and stuff. Let's pull back here. But I've been watching The Mandalorian recently. It's been one of the recent Star Wars content that I've actually enjoyed over the past couple of years. Having a blast watching that. But man, oh man, the last couple of Star Wars movies have been dog shit. I don't even know if I want to even go watch the new one, to be honest. But this Expanding Fronts was actually an update recently. They announced that they plan to make the First Order and Resistance playable as a faction, which would be quite cool. I don't know when that's going to be released, but they announced and showed off some screenshots, which is really quite cool. You can play as the First Order, the Resistance, Kylo, and Rey. I think they plan on making a campaign as well. Alright, so what we want to try and do is harvest this stuff. So there are 4 resources in the game. Carbon, which is essentially your wood, which comes out of trees. Food, which comes from nerfs. Nerfs are essentially sheep. Instead of harvesting them directly below the town centre, what you can do is make these animal husbandry hubs, which allows you to farm the animals without killing them. We've got some berries near farm. We've also got some Nova crystals to our left and right. Purple and green ones. So just scouting out here. So the rebels aren't too far away from us. But I would recommend, if you were to buy this game, to download the Expanding Fronts mod, because it doesn't work on some of the later systems. I think it has massive problems with Windows 10, and you definitely need this mod to get the HD graphics, because the port isn't the best. We want to try and build now a carbon processing plant near the forest. So we want to try and spam out as many workers as we can, and then try and snowball ahead slightly. We'll be able to get some Imperial stormtroopers eventually. So there's a lot of factions you can play as in this. You can go back to the days of the Republic and the Confederacy, playing as the Separatists. It's interesting that, because they call the Confederacy, but it's like the Trade Federation and Separatists all made up of that, eh? Play as the Wookiees. I believe you can play as the Geonosians, which is a unique faction in this mod. So we'll get these farms down, because when we're going to run out of those berries eventually. So they're kind of in earshot ahead of me. They're not too far up. So we'll quickly get our economy on a roll, and then we'll try and get some early action where we can. I think it's time to get a troop center down so we can get tier 1 stormtroopers recruited. We'll try and put it near my wall of houses. Pretty basic Age of Empires 2 strat. Obviously, you need to build houses to recruit further from your population pool. So, if you already have to build them and spend the resources, why not essentially make a border wall around your force and try and funnel them? Oh, the rebels know where we are now. A speeder bike just flew past, and we need to harvest some of these ore and further crystals as well. Okay, just getting some little upgrades with our harvesting, but we have our first official batch of Galactic Stormtroopers, which are just your basic men-at-arms, essentially. They look cool, they look alright. You're not going to get crazy 4K graphics, but yeah, close to HD is close enough for me. Alrighty. I think it's time now to build a mech factory so we can have some support equipment with our infantry. I also want to get my population up track, because what we're going to do now is we're going to look to attack the Rebel Alliance to the north. There's a lot of space back here, a little peninsula as well. So let's build our houses further at the back there, just to give us as much room as possible. It's quite aesthetically pleasing. Alright, let's build a mech factory. And we'll try and build a spaceport as well, so we can go to the next stage. We'll try and get some walkers to assist us, some AT-ATs and AT-STs. And that's nearly going to be complete as well. Alright. Tier 3, so we're still a little bit away. Okay, that mech factory is now complete as well. We probably need some more guys moving away from our carbon to Nova Crystals and stuff. You can also build power cores in and around your base, which gives you additional resource efficiency. It also protects buildings and stuff. They're quite crucial if you want to build shield generators and defense around. But at the moment, the rebels seem to be quite passive in this. But we might need to do some lightning raids early on in a moment. Okay, so we can finally get some walker support here now. We've got well over a dozen stormtroopers, so let's get some mechs to help us out in the assault. We're in tier 3 now, and we need to start putting some pressure on the rebel scum. Alright. That can be moved up there. And let's bring in some artillery as well. The pummeler basically destroys gates and buildings. Artillery support is quite obvious as well. So we'll try and bring them in along with some infantry mech support. And seeing the troopers are the bread and butter of the Empire, we want to try and get as many of them as possible. I think one of the better factions is the clones, because they have some really crazy buffs for clone troopers in the Republic Age. I don't know the specifics of which sort of faction's the best. It's been quite a long time. It's the first time playing. And nearly 20 years, I'd nearly say. Alright, so now that my artillery has been recruited, I think it's probably time to have the first assault wave against the rebels. 2 artillery pieces, 3 supporting mechs, and I'd say about 15 of them. We could build a fortress further up. Oh, my artillery! No, 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 no! We'll build that there. So they're not the most accurate of things, so we're better off getting the stormtroopers. Yeah, I think we just got to go now. Yep. Rightio, men. Move out. We'll allow the clone troopers to push up here. Stormtroopers. And we'll have our first attack, because they now know that we have artillery with us, and if that's not a giveaway, I don't know what is. Alright. Keep these farms going. We've built a Sith Order as well. We want to try and get this fortress done so we can get the Black Stormtrooper variant. We'll bring in the Pummeler as well. Alright. We're holding everyone together so we can move in one tight formation. Early scouting on has allowed us to see that they've got a food building and a house nearby. They've now spotted us. Allow some of the artillery to hit them further on. And I don't know if you can see that. Oh, you can see the silhouette slightly, but they've got half a dozen rebels here. Rain fire and death upon them. Bring them down. Yeah, we got them. Mostly due to artillery and mech support. We're going to push them. We've wiped their army out pretty early on. So what we want to try and do, pull back away from that. So their worker units are R2-D2 units, which is cool. Alright, allow my artillery to focus on their troop center so they can't recruit anymore. Allow the stormtroopers to destroy the... They're not called R2-D2 units. What are they called? They're called like asteroid droids? Is that what they're called? I don't know the class. Anyway, destroy the droids. Once that's complete, so they've gone back into the town square for now, which allows them to get some shots off. So we'll allow everyone to focus all the firepower on the town center. Let's get some TIE fighters and bombers in as well, just to quickly get up there and react. We've managed to wipe out their army pretty early on. We've built up the perfect amount. 2 units of artillery, support mechs, and the stormtroopers are wreaking havoc on the rebel base. For the Emperor! Alright, let's move this TIE fighter up here as well. God, this game has some character. I've got to be careful with stuff, Lucasfilms like that. I had to mute the music in this, because they just love to copyright claim absolutely everything. I guess it's Disney now, isn't it? Yeah, but I'm enjoying The Mandalorian. Love Baby Yoda. Spoilers, I guess. It's been out for 5 weeks now. I'm sure you have all seen the memes. Alright, let's stop these workers. Maybe go to tier 4, because then we can get AT walkers. Alright, we've got some Empire bombers here now. We've got TIE fighters scouting ahead to rain fire and death on the last of the asteroid droids. We'll destroy that power coil. Alright, let's move these dark troopers up as well. Phase 1. They're our special sort of longbow unit, as you'll be playing as the British in Age of Empires 2. The more asteroid droids we can take out, the better. 2 TIE fighters, 2 bombers now. Focusing on the last of them. We don't want them running off, building another town centre. Hey, victory! We have victory here today. We've won our first little skirmish, first time around. Oh, they're already... Oh, those cheeky buggers were pushing down there. So, a nice little rush. 15 units of stormtroopers. We managed to wipe out their 10. We just had the numbers on them, and the mech variants allowed us to lay waste to the rebel scum. We had Dark Troopers on the way, so it was pretty GG. So, guys, unfortunately, I'm going to end Star Wars Galactic Battlefronts, this skirmish here today. Thanks for watching. Support it. I'll do more, depending on how well this video does. I could do the what is it? The Republic versus the Confederacy skirmish, if that's something you would like to see. Go check out the Expanding Fronts mod if you haven't already. Highly recommend it. You need it realistically if you want to play this game on a modern system, and further crystals as well. Okay, just getting some little upgrades with our harvesting, but we have our first official batch of Galactic. Actually, they look cool. They look alright. You're not going to get crazy 4K graphics, but tier 3, so we're still a little bit away. So we can finally get some walker support here now.